Hello, my name is Jim. I'm a technician, and I'm going to show you today how to fix an RGB Par with bad LEDs. I already did a video on this, but it didn't turn out so well as my video camera stopped and I didn't know. So since I have another one that's bad, I'm going to show you from the beginning how to repair it. And first of all, you can see this is the one that's bad, and I've already marked them, but I'm going to show you anyway. I isolated the one. When you turn it on, you'll see that these three are not lit. So I marked them so I know which ones they are. And now we're going to repair. So it's pretty easy. First you have to remove the light LED panel. So I'm going to get some tools out of the tool bag here. Okay. Okay. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the panel. So we have some wire ties to snip in order to get to it. This is an RGB, not an RGBW, although repairing would be the same process. You just have to have the appropriate LEDs. This is the wire that plugs on the board that goes to the panel. So I'm going to unplug that, and then I'm going to take the screws out. There are 4 screws. You can do it from the front as well. That's best to do it from the rear because putting it back together is a lot easier if you do it this way. So I'm going to take these 4 screws out, and the panel is going to drop out. And I'll show you. So I get all 4 screws out. More. Okay. So now I have the panel out. I already have them marked. I'm going to show you how to repair it. I'm just tightening up the supports while I have it in my hand. Okay. So now, this is where it gets interesting. If you leave it plugged in, these are low voltage.
So this is the easiest way to repair this. Okay? You can see that these are all the LEDs soldered in along with some resistors. Okay? The resistors, although they can go bad, they usually don't. But they can. In this case, it's one of these LEDs. How they work is they're in banks of 3. That's why all 3 of these don't work. But chances are only one of these is bad. And this is how we're going to figure it out. Okay. We're going to plug this back into the board. We're going to make sure that all of the LEDs are on this bank. Let's put this up. Okay, so I'm going to plug it in. Now this is low voltage, so it's not going to hurt you messing with it. You can touch this, it's low voltage. LEDs. You can buy these LEDs on eBay. I think they come from China. I'm not sure. I got them relatively quick, a few days. They're very economical to buy. You can get them in red, blue, and green. These are the 10 millimeter size, which is the size that I have here. Now, like I said, these are the 3 that aren't working. Okay? I believe that they're green, but I don't know for sure. But I will know once I take them out, and I'll explain. I'm just going to take one of these. I have more green than any, so I'm just going to take one of these green LEDs, and I'm going to show you the best way to test this. Okay, so we're going to figure it out where they are. There's these 3. Okay, and if you look on top, you can see. I don't know if you could see it or not, but you could see through. Here's obviously a red, there's blue, and there's green. Okay, there's 3 that are not lit that I can see that are not lit. So I'm going to take this LED and I'm going to touch it. This is the long end is positive and the small end is negative. And I'm going to touch it to when it's working to get it to light, so I know which polarity first. If it doesn't light, then it's backwards polarity. So make sure they're not shorted out. And just touch one. Okay, not lighting, so that means it's got to go this way. And you'll see when I touch it, see how it lights up? Okay, so now I'm going to go to these that aren't lit. And I'm going to touch. Okay, that didn't work. I'll go to the next one. That didn't work, and I'm going to go to the last one. Let's see what that is. Yep, that is that one. And I'm going to touch it, and boom, it lit up. Okay, so now, so did the other. These 2 also lit up. So this is the bad one on the end. And see how those go out and come on? Okay, so that means that's this end one that went bad. Right here. So I'm going to circle it with a magic marker, or just point to it so we know which one it is, right? Okay. Now, I'll take the power off of it. And I'm going to unplug it just so it's easier to work on over here. And then I'm going to show you what we do. So now you take your soldering stuff and you have to desolder it. Now, I didn't lose it, I broke my solder sucker. I ordered another one but it didn't come yet. And I don't want to wait any longer to repair this. So I'm going to repair it without a solder sucker. And I'm going to show you how. Okay? It's pretty simple. So this is my bad LED. Once this heats up good, which is pretty easy, pretty quick. And I'm going to take the solder off. I'll use a little solder wick. This is a portable propane butane soldering iron. Works really good. Gotta be careful because of the heat coming off of it. I don't melt my plastic little standoff here. So, okay, that's starting to melt. I saw it. I'm gonna put a little solder wick on there. That'll help absorb the solder. Alright. There it goes. Okay. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure since I don't have a solder sucker. Apply a little solder. Sure. Okay. That worked. Okay, so now on the back side it is green. It says G for green and there's a positive mark on it. So you take your new LED that we tested and it worked. And we put the long one as the positive. We put it in that positive hole. Okay. And then we're going to solder it in place. Bring it in. Okay. I'm going to use something to have it pressure on it. And I'm going to take a little solder. Make sure my heat is pointed the right way. I'm just going to apply a little bit of solder. There she goes. Alrighty. That should be all we need to do. Okay. So now, making sure they're not touching, soldered in. I'm not going to cut them off yet, just in case I have to take it back out. It'll be easier to put back in. So now I'm going to plug it back in. Apply power, and with any luck, there's the two that I marked. These three were out. This one, this one, this one. That's the new one. So now they're all working. All three. See, I touched. Now I'm just going to rub that little mark that I put on them. Rub that right off. So there you have it. All three are working. Now all you have to do is put it back together and you're done. This was a bad one. I've already repaired 12 on one of my lights. 32 LEDs were gone, were out, and there was only 12. One in each one was bad, and I repaired them. So as these get older and they start messing up, and it's economically easy to fix them. I would buy a light if I could find the same ones, but I can't seem to do that, and it's just least expensive to repair them. About $5 for a bag of 25. I've already repaired about 4 or 5 lights, probably 30 of these, and I still have plenty left for next time. So I hope that showed you something or helped you out, because I couldn't find a video on these type. Very simple. Put it back together and the light's fixed. See you next time. I am back. I just forgot a very important step before you put it back together. And after you've tested it and everything's working, you do want to snip off these little ends. Make sure that your solder connection is good and not touching, and it isn't. Mine came out really good actually. So now I'm going to just put it back together. that. Alright.
That's it.